I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
How
So
are
we're
you?
gonna we're good. We're gonna record the first 5 minutes, just for privacy. We don't need your name. If you talk about anybody or businesses, I just need letters. Unless you're comfortable sharing the name, that's
Okay.
totally up with you. Sometimes when people have passed, it doesn't really bother people.
hmm
Um, and we'll do the first 5 minutes, and I'll turn the video off, and we'll continue with the 15 minutes.
Okay, thank
Awesome.
you.
So, how can I help you here today?
Well, I think I'd like some information or some contact, perhaps with those that have passed in my family,
Okay.
especially my mother and father,
Okay.
and a young man who I knew in high school
Okay.
that took his own life.
And did he take his own life in high school?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What's the 23 around? He was obviously wasn't 23, and it was more than 23 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I know what the 23 is about. So let's start with mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
So what are their first names?
My mother's name was Gabriella, and my father's name was Jerry.
And was there like 7 years between them when they left, or 7 years in?
Much more than that.
Okay. Would 17? Because they're giving me a 7.
More than that.
That they separate. That one died, and then the other one died much
A
later.
significant time.
Okay. Because they're giving me a 7. Okay, so let's start with your mum was Gabriella, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was she tall or long and thin?
Not long and thin.
Okay, because she's giving me a sense of being very long and thin. She's feeling very light, like a very light energy, very light spirit.
I think that might be where she wanted to be.
Okay. Yeah, because she's just smiling, and she's just got an awesome heart.
Yes.
And she's very sweet, very gentle, and she's got a very light spirit. You know, she doesn't feel like earthbound. She feels very, and obviously she's on the other side, but still, she feels very light. She feels very musical. You know, when I tune in people's energies,
yes.
they're kind of musical.
Yes.
You know, and it really feels like maybe your life wasn't the easiest life, but it felt like she dealt with it.
She did deal with it.
She never felt sorry for herself.
Mm-hmm.
She never thought somebody else should have this problem. She was just like, this is where my thing is. And was she very religious? Because she feels very
Yes.
at peace with God.
Yes.
And
Very
Jesus.
religious.
She felt very much like, this is what God planned for me. This is okay.
Yes. That would very much be it.
And she felt, let me be grateful for my blessings.
Yes.
This is so she was very humble, and she wasn't presumptuous of, life owed me a living.
Yes.
She was very humble.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she have a large family, or did she have a lot of siblings? Because there's a lot of people behind her over on the other side, like
she had
heritage.
2 sisters and 1 brother. It was my father that had a lot of siblings.
Okay, all
and
right.
she was in contact with them.
Okay, because they're all behind her. It's
Yes.
like she's got an army of people behind her.
Yes.
That she's still in touch with.
That would make sense because my father and her were related. So my father's siblings would have been her cousins.
Oh.
So and he had a copious amount of siblings.
And she kind of feels like the figurehead. It felt like they kind of stayed maybe in a way of doing things and a way of being things, where she kind of broke away from the pack a little bit.
Yes.
And she felt a lot more open-minded. She felt like a lot more welcoming, where they were more like, this is who we are and that's who they are. I don't get prejudice.
That's correct.
Just, this is our family, we'll be nice to people, but they don't come in.
Yes.
Where she was like, no, people are welcome.
She was very much like that. She loved
people.
To open up her home.
Mm-hmm.
She loved people, and she knew a lot of people.
Right. And there's a lot of smells in her home. So was that cooking, or
yes,
was that incense? Because I feel lots of
my gosh,
rich. She must have liked really rich sauces, because it's nothing bland going on
here.
No.
You would wake up to that on a Sunday morning. It was wonderful.
She loved cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she have problems with her feet?
There were times because of her ongoing illness, but it was not strictly that, no.
Okay, because she's showing me her feet. It feels like she's giving me that she had trouble with balance. She had trouble with her feet, or is that someone with her?
I'm trying to remember that. I'm going to say I don't remember balance.
Okay, all right.
More like swelling.
Oh, swelling, yeah, because she's talking about my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting sense she didn't like walk. It made it's uncomfortable to walk.
Yeah.
So I should imagine if your feet are swollen, it still affects how you walk.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe balance wasn't the right word. But
Yes.
she just was talking about her feet, that she didn't like her feet, you know. And she's kind of saying that when she was young, she used to wear nice shoes, or she had pretty feet, you know. So I guess there was a time when she was young that she was a bit of a looker, and you know, she loved to, I guess, and she liked to dress up or
Yes,
look good.
She did.
You know, so it just kind of feels like it's her old age caught up with her. She's saying, but she doesn't feel like she was that old when she died.
Was not.
Was
she
she
was
like
quite young.
40s, 50s?
She was in her 50s.
Yeah, like, but early, no?
She was.
Yeah.
She was not
Like
old when she
53,
died.
50, you know, because I just, and she's saying it's blessed it happened quickly. So did
It
she
did
pass?
happen very quickly, unexpected.
Yeah, because she's saying I was blessed it happened quickly, you know, and you know, in keeping with her personality, so others didn't suffer. You know, I was,
Yes.
you know, so you know, she's saying that was a really good thing. Now, what was your dad's first name?
Jerry or Gennaro in Italian.
So it would be a G.
G for Gennaro, J for Jerry.
G for so Jerry with a J, but his
Jerry
name,
with a J, but his given name was Gennaro
with a G. Okay, so he didn't do Jerry with a G.
No.
Oh, okay. How interesting is that? It's almost like trying to Americanize, maybe take the
Yes,
J.
it was Americanized. Yes.
Yes. Okay. He's fine. Did he have a bit of a belly on him?
Towards the end.
Yeah, because he's kind of sitting back and he's kind of got a bit of a Buddha belly.
Yep.
And he
towards
just
the end
feels a little. Would cynical be a word for him?
Oh yes.
Yeah, because he feels like a little cynical, like
Yes.
you know.
Quite so.
But and he really feels like he likes to poke the tiger and just see what kind of
Oh
happens.
yes.
You know,
quite a bit.
Yeah, in Australia he'd be a shit stirrer, but he just liked to stir things up.
Oh, that would be an understatement.
Yeah, and he's just laughing, and there's this, and you know, it gave him a sense of power,
Oh yes.
and it wasn't always fun to be around.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're giving me chills because that is so true.
You know, I mean, I think he had a good heart. He could just act like a crappy person sometimes.
That is so true.
You know, and I don't
absolutely.
I don't think his aesthetic was that, but it was more like it was almost like an insecurity and like a power play.
Absolutely.
You know, let me mess with people and just keep them off center so I can stay secure.
Absolutely. That would be an excellent way to describe what he did.
You know, now he had all the siblings, right?
Yes.
So did he never really know where he fell within the pack?
That's hard for me to know.
Okay.
He was the youngest.
Oh, okay.
So
everybody else was more established.
Everybody else was more established, and I believe that to be true, given what I know of his later adult life.
Right.
That he broke away from them,
right.
And so I think because.
Yeah, because it really feels like they all either went in their parents' footsteps, or it feels like everybody that went before kind of knew where they were going to go, and by the time it got to him, there was none left, or they'd lost interest, or and it feels like the kids spanned a long distance of years, like they weren't within 5 years, or like maybe within 15 years of all the kids.
There was a very long distance. Not all, of course, wound up living. He was the 17th child.
Right. So yeah. So
it was long spans of time.
Yeah. So what I feel like by the time he was born, time had changed.
Absolutely.
The world had changed.
Absolutely.
You know, so all the things that maybe were available or valuable to his older siblings, or the ones that survived, weren't really his anymore.
That is absolutely true. The family wealth had changed, and it had gone from wealth to poverty.
Right. So yeah, so he really felt like he had nothing left.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm going to stop the video now so we can keep talking.
Yes, thank you.